Let me tell you a story about a man who lost everything: his reputation, his status, his freedom, his family, his wealth, everything he had spent his entire life building. He was stripped of his power and banished to a remote, desolate island where he was left to rot. He had every reason to sink into despair. He had every reason to give up. But he did something extraordinary. He started writing. He didn't write about his misery. He didn't write about his revenge. He wrote about something far more powerful. He wrote about what he still had control over. He wrote about his own mind. He wrote about his thoughts, his judgments, his choices. He wrote about the fact that no one could take away his ability to reason, to reflect, and to choose his own response to his circumstances. That man was a Roman philosopher named Epictetus, and he was one of the greatest teachers of Stoic philosophy the world has ever known. His teachings, along with those of Seneca and the Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius, form the foundation of one of the most practical and powerful philosophical systems ever created. And that system has been distilled into a modern masterpiece called the Daily Stoic, written by Ryan Holiday. This book is not just a collection of ancient wisdom. It is a daily practice. It is a 366-day journey into the heart of mental resilience, clarity, and freedom. Ryan Holiday wasn't always a philosopher. He started his career as a marketing prodigy. He dropped out of college at 19 to work with some of the biggest names in the industry. He was young, ambitious, and hungry for success. But somewhere along the way, he realized that the relentless pursuit of external validation was leaving him empty. He was achieving his goals, but he wasn't happy. He was winning, but he was losing himself. That is when he discovered Stoicism. He found that the ancient philosophers had already mapped out the path to a life of meaning and inner peace. They had already figured out the secrets that the modern self-help industry was still trying to sell. And he decided to dedicate his life to sharing that wisdom with the world. He wrote several books, but the Daily Stoic is perhaps his most accessible and most impactful work. It takes the dense, complex teachings of the Stoics and breaks them down into bite-sized, actionable lessons. It gives you a daily dose of ancient wisdom that is designed to fortify your mind against the chaos of modern life. The core of Stoic philosophy is simple, but it is not easy. It is based on a single, foundational idea. You cannot control what happens to you. You cannot control the economy, the weather, the actions of other people, or the countless random events that shape your life. But you can always control your response to what happens to you. You can control your judgments, your opinions, and your choices. The Stoics called this the dichotomy of control. It is the dividing line between what is up to you and what is not up to you. The person who understands this distinction is free. The person who doesn't is a slave. A slave to their emotions, a slave to their circumstances, a slave to the whims of fate. The Stoics didn't believe in passive resignation. They believed in radical acceptance. They believed in focusing all of your energy on the things you can actually change and letting go of everything else. And that radical shift in focus is the key to inner peace. Think about your own life. How much of your daily stress comes from things you cannot control? How much of your anxiety is about what other people think of you? How much of your worry is about the future, a future that hasn't happened yet? How much of your regret is about the past, a past that is gone forever? The Stoics would say that you are wasting your mental energy on things that are not up to you. You are pouring your precious attention into a black hole. And the result is that you are exhausted, frustrated, and unhappy. The solution is to bring your focus back to the present moment and to focus only on what is within your power. Your thoughts, your actions, your choices. That is it. Everything else is just noise. Marcus Aurelius, who was the most powerful man in the world, the emperor of Rome, used to write in his private journal. He wrote to himself, not for publication, not for an audience. He wrote to remind himself of what truly mattered. He wrote about the futility of seeking fame and approval. He wrote about the importance of discipline and self-control. He wrote about the inevitability of death. His journal is called Meditations, and it is one of the most profound books ever written. And in it, he says something that should be tattooed on the mind of every person who is trying to navigate the modern world. He says, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." That is the heart of the Daily Stoic. It is a daily reminder that you have power over your mind. It is a daily practice of strengthening that power. It is a daily exercise in resilience. Ryan Holiday structures the book around the 4 cardinal virtues of Stoicism. Wisdom, the ability to navigate complex situations in a calm, rational manner. Courage, the ability to face challenges and adversity without being paralyzed by fear. Justice, the ability to treat others fairly and with integrity. And temperance, the ability to exercise self-control and moderation. Each day, you are given a reflection on one of these virtues, along with a practical exercise to apply it to your life. It is not just a book to read, it is a book to live. It is a book to practice. It is a book that demands action. Let me give you a taste of what this daily practice looks like. Imagine it is a Monday morning. You wake up and you already feel the weight of the week ahead. There is a difficult conversation you have to have with a colleague. There is a project that is behind schedule. There is a bill that is due. Your mind starts racing. You start to feel anxious. But then you remember the Stoic practice. You take a deep breath. You ask yourself, what is within my control here? What is not within my control? You can control your preparation for the conversation. You can control your tone. You can control your listening. You cannot control how your colleague will react. You can control the effort you put into the project. You cannot control the outcome. You can control your spending and your planning. You cannot control the economy. You focus on what you can control, and you let go of what you cannot. The anxiety doesn't disappear, but it loses its grip. You are no longer a victim. You are a participant. You are in the driver's seat of your own mind. That is the power of Stoicism. It is not about suppressing your emotions. It is about mastering them. It is about recognizing that you have a choice in how you interpret events. The Stoics said that we are not disturbed by events, but by our opinions about events. It's not the traffic that ruins your morning. It's your judgment that the traffic is a catastrophe. It's not the criticism that hurts you. It's your belief that you need everyone's approval. Change your opinion, and you change your experience. This is the profound insight that the Stoics discovered 2,000 years ago, and it is the insight that Ryan Holiday is bringing to a new generation. It is the insight that can free you from the prison of your own thoughts. The book also confronts the reality of our own mortality. The Stoics believed that meditating on death was not morbid, it was liberating. They called it the memento mori, the reminder that you will die. It sounds dark, but the point is to create a sense of urgency. You are going to die. You don't know when, you don't know how, but you know it is coming. So why waste your precious time on trivialities? Why waste your time on anger, on resentment, on fear? Why waste your time on people who don't matter or on things that don't align with your values? The memento mori is a call to wake up. It is a call to live with intention. It is a call to focus on what truly matters. It is a call to stop waiting for life to start and to start living it right now. This is why the Daily Stoic has become such a phenomenon, especially in the United States. We live in a culture that is addicted to distraction. We are constantly bombarded with noise. We are constantly told to be more, to do more, to have more. We are constantly comparing ourselves to others, and we are constantly coming up short. The Stoic philosophy is a refuge from that madness. It is a return to sanity. It is a reminder that the only true wealth is the wealth of a calm, disciplined, and resilient mind. It is a reminder that the only true freedom is the freedom to choose your own response to life. It is a reminder that you are not a victim of your circumstances. You are a creator of your own reality. So, I ask you, are you ready to start your daily Stoic practice? Are you ready to take control of your mind? Are you ready to stop wasting your energy on things you cannot change? Are you ready to start living with intention, with purpose, and with resilience? The wisdom of the Stoics is not just ancient history. It is a living tradition. It is a tool for modern survival. It is a path to peace in a chaotic world. And it is available to you right now, in this very moment. All you have to do is open the book. All you have to do is take the first step. The journey is a daily one. It is a practice, not a destination. But with each day, with each reflection, with each small act of discipline, you will become a little stronger, a little calmer, and a little freer. That is the promise of the Daily Stoic. That is the gift of Ryan Holiday. And that is the power that is waiting for you right now to claim it as your own.